And we are live. What is good, you guys? It's your boy Randy Anderson again with another episode of the Average Guy Podcast. And like usual, today we'll talk about sports, hot topics, get it off your chest, and just about anything in general. And I do have a couple things for you guys at the very end, so stay tuned. So, what's good, you guys? I want to introduce all my co-hosts today.
Hey.
Y'all can introduce yourselves. Go on the line. It don't matter.
Hola, Lauren Jones on the line. What's happening, world?
Hey, this is
Go ahead. You good?
Jameer. This is Jameer. This is my fifth time.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Cinco
Yes,
de
sir.
Mayo.
Yeah. Corey Gilmore back for the get down.
All right. And let's start with the NBA. No. Let's leave the NBA for a second. Let's first start off with the NFL. All the trades that's been happening. I know we talked about it a little bit last time, but let's continue on it this time. All the other trades that's been happening, have you guys seen any of them yet? Of late, I should say.
Yep.
I seen that. Go ahead.
Jason Pierre-Paul, you see, he going to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Yep. But the chefs picked up Damian Williams from Benvieto, Miami.
Yeah. Shit.
Mike Williams went to Philadelphia. He left Baltimore and went to Philadelphia. Signed a 1 year deal for $2.5 million today.
Wow.
That happened today.
Okay.
Man, boy, Frank Gore went to Miami. Did anybody say that?
No.
That's not even relevant.
Frank past his prime, man.
Oh yeah, he way past his prime.
Right, yeah.
All right. And that's pretty much all that's happened for this week in the NFL. Now let's get down to the real nitty gritty of what I really want to.
Hold up. Before we get off the NFL, right
What's
quick,
up?
Eric. Let's talk about Eric Reed.
Okay.
Eric Reed is a safety for San Francisco that does not have a job right now. Is probably one of the top 5 to 10 safeties in the NFL. But you know why he doesn't have a job? Because Mr. Reed was kneeling with Mr. Kaepernick.
Really?
Ooh, yes.
I like this. This is spicy. Go ahead.
Yes. So,
keep cooking. Keep cooking right now.
So my man. I mean, Eric Reed. I'm serious. Eric Reed is the top 5 safety in the NFL. And San Francisco was like, we not gonna re-sign him. And he has literally not gotten an offer from one NFL team. Not one.
That is horrible.
Top 5 safety in the league does not have an offer in the NFL.
I mean, but everybody should know it is a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should know it is a brotherhood.
Absolutely.
It is a brotherhood.
Absolutely. Now, what I don't like what he did, because what he came out and said today was that he's no longer going to kneel for the national anthem. He's still going to protest, but he's no longer going to kneel. So I don't know. I kind of feel like it was kind of a shifty move, given that he's not signed by a team. Like I would prefer to hear him stand his ground and not have to say that. Like he shouldn't have to say, "I'm not gonna kneel." Right. Shouldn't have to say anything. I mean, if we're talking about the NFL being, of course the NFL is a brotherhood, but if teams are really truly talking about, I want to win, this is obviously showing that, there's a whole lot of business behind all this.
Oh yeah. Anybody else got anything on that take? Because it's not a hot take. Well, kind of a hot. Let me lie. It's a hot take, but it's facts though, so it could be really a hot take.
Yeah, I agree with Lauren. I agree with him what he said. That's just so top 5, and then it is a brotherhood, like you said too. It was like, I don't know. I'm disappointed about that one, but I shouldn't be. I should have known about it.
It's been the same old story. It's the same old story, man. Going back to Kareem and Craig Hodges. Kareem was just good, man. You know, when you that good, I guess you can get away with a little bit. Eric Reed, I say he's top 10. I say he's top 10 in the league. So maybe I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't. The owner said he's not worth the risk. I guess, man. You know, it's been the same old story, man. And they got a lot of business, you know, as far as with the military and the NFL. The military guys not even standing with the NFL on this one, man. It's a disrespect to them to tell them that they have to stand. You know what I'm saying? They fight for you to have the choice. You know, it's not a dictatorship. So it's just, you know, Kaepernick, man. Kaepernick is legendary, man, because he's just exposing them. What we've already known, but it's way out in the open now. They can't even come back. They can't even reel it in no more. They've been completely exposed now. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hella true because we are okay. I'm not even gonna call it it's a brotherhood, but since it's pretty much all Caucasian, the owners, we just call it the Gentleman's Club because that's honestly what it is.
What about Sashi Khan?
we know everybody, every one person. They always allow one person of one race to go ahead and slip on in. You know what I'm saying? You know I don't like my own race. You know I don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm with y'all. How you doing, brother? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
we can't. Hey, we really. You know what I'm saying? We can't get mad at the game. This should all be a warning. Parents should be educating their children. Reviewing everything, going over all the news, man, and educating them on stuff like this. So if you want to get a part of the game, if you want to be a part of this system that they got going on, and football and sports is the only way out, hey, there you go. You're gonna funnel through the system. That's just what it is right now. Unless you start your own thing, but you know they have a monopoly on anything like that. If we sit there and try to get a black NFL or anything going on television, you know what? It's the same that has been with the Negro League. We had a Negro League, but all they had to do, you know, offer more money, you know, promise more money, so the guys are going to go to the other side. So this is where education comes involved, and we're going to need, you know, the NFL players of the future. They're going to have to be well aware of the situation that they're in, so they can make a difference in their community. And everybody else, man, we need some people that are contributing, builders, engineers, and everything. You know, try to strive for things like that because we know what type of game the NFL is. A game. It's a game, and that's what they're playing is a game. You know, it's all politics, everything about it. So that's just what it is, man.
So does anybody think that Steph Curry and Sean Diddy Puffy comb his hair? Does anybody think they have a shot to by the Panthers?
Hell no. I just right then and there. No, they're not gonna allow it. I'm telling you. Shit, do you know how hard it was for Michael Jordan to get that damn team in Charlotte? And I'm pretty sure he didn't want Charlotte. They was like, you know what? You made us a lot of money. We screwed you over. But you made us a lot of money, so go ahead, take Charlotte. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while we on NBA, let's start off with what happened. The Charlotte Hornets, their center Dwight Howard last night dropped 32 and 30, 32 points, 30 rebounds. Now, the question is, do you guys believe that Dwight Howard could be back?
Steroid shot. Steroid shot.
You telling me he went blitz the league on us?
Yeah, man. Dwight Howard is through. He's done. He got them. What was my guy's name in Houston?
James Harden.
No, not Harden. Little bitty baby arms. Kevin Willis.
Oh,
Kevin Willis. Yeah, they got them T-Rex arms.
Dang, that's wild. All right, what else? What else I got?
Smallest wingspans ever.
Yeah. All right, staying in the NBA. Now, I'm in the group chat that we got. I was talking about LeBron James stressing out. Okay, do you guys believe that LeBron James is a coach? Could be a coach killer. That's one.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, what is a coach killer? What you mean by that?
So it was Kobe. Right.
Yeah, it's Kobe.
Michael was considered a coach killer.
Only, no. I mean, I think like Latrell Sprewell.
All right, pretty much in layman's terms, pretty much a coach killer is somebody who like really can't have one coach for a certain amount of time. He always gets a new coach every year or every other year, or his coach out. Because if you've looked at Tyronn Lue 2 years ago looked young as shit. Now, like I said in the what's the name? He's been in a couple years of the presidency. That's stressed out. That motherfucker got gray hairs. When we first see him, he was cool. He ain't had no gray hairs. Now you look at the motherfucker and it's boom, like damn. Who's stressing you out like that?
I mean, this is the thing, man. All superstars are difficult to coach. I don't care who it is. All superstars are difficult to coach. I mean, I heard that, Chris Paul and Doc Rivers had issues.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just kind of part of course, but you got to look at it as, LeBron is the greatest player of his generation.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you'd be remiss to not have the opportunity to coach the team and, had the opportunity to play for titles every single year. So, I mean, it's definitely, a stressful job, but I mean, anybody would take that job. Anybody. I guarantee you they could talk to Zen Master into coming back and coaching.
See, hey, the thing about LeBron, man, those coaches, these are men. So after a while, they want to be men. And they look up and say, hold on, man, I'm a coach. You know what I'm saying? I got the coach title on my, you know what I'm saying? See, LeBron wants like I always say, LeBron wants an assistant coach. He wants an assistant coach. LeBron wants to be Bill Russell. LeBron wants all the stats. Stat stuffer. Then he wants to take all the credit. He wants to run the offense and everything. And that's just fine. But, anybody who wants to coach or implement or wants to change up anything, and it goes against what LeBron does, man, LeBron ain't having it. LeBron ain't having it. Man, they weren't even practicing. When Isaiah Thomas came, he's like, man, what's up with practice? That was causing the conflict within the locker room within itself.
Yeah. Isaiah Thomas is a 1B. He's a 1B.
He could have been implemented better into that offense, especially all the other guys. LeBron had so much help. He got everything he wanted. For the past 3 years, he's been getting everything he wanted. But he doesn't, you don't want to practice anything and you want to throw the guys out because he, like LeBron says, he plays 2K. That's his practice. He mix and matches the lineups on 2K and then throws them together and say, hey, that'll work there off a game of 2K. Yeah. Kyrie's tired of it, man. You know what I'm saying? That and what was going on in the office. Yeah. And as far as LeBron being the best of the generation, I'll still I'll give you that, but I'm still kind of halfway, man, because I'm just not completely sold on LeBron. Eastern Conference.
Who?
LBJ.
Give me somebody else.
Kobe Bean Bryant.
He's not in LeBron's generation.
I was going to say, this generation.
Well, they played about 12 years together. So he's a part of it. Because Kobe and Jordan was only around. Kobe and Jordan was like, what?
3 or 4 years?
4 years.
Yeah, I guess I put them in the. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess I just feel like LeBron came a little bit too late after Kobe to put him in the same generation.
What year did they come in?
I mean, Kobe came in the league in like 96.
When did LeBron come?
LeBron came in 03, I believe.
Yeah, 02, yeah, 03. Yeah.
So that's about 7 years.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we got that out the way, I really want to talk about this IT thing. Now, I was listening to a podcast earlier. It's called Flagrant 2 with Andrew Schultz and Akash. Akash. But they were talking about Isaiah Thomas and how Isaiah Thomas, he could have made that $200 million mark. That 200, it was 203, something like that, $1 million.
Yeah.
But his attitude is literally took that all away. Because if you okay, all right, let me finish. First. His attitude took that all away. Because if you think about it, he went from Boston, or he got traded from Boston to Cleveland. When he went to Cleveland, that attitude, his you know what I'm saying, he had the little man syndrome. Everybody knows what little man syndrome is. But he had that with Kevin Love. He's going against somebody who's won a championship. I know he's not the greatest of all time, but he won a championship, so he has leeway over you and height. That's no pun intended. But he has a couple things over you, and you come in there as somebody who thinks they're the man, who is literally a third or fourth option on a team or on that team, and you want to go at him, and then you go at LeBron, who is the king of that team, and will get you cut off like that. Like, come on, man. What is you guys' thoughts on that? And do you guys believe that he messed himself up of getting that $200 million? Yeah. What'd you say?
I think even before he got injured that he wasn't going to get it because he's just not a good defender. I mean, he's good on offense. He played good last year. Even if I don't think he got injured, he wouldn't have got it. But then, like, his attitude, that just added to it. That just made it worse. So, I mean, if I was him, though, I would want the money too. But then it is reality, So I would try to get the $200 million too, but he ain't gonna get it.
Next up, Lauren. There you go.
IT. Isaiah Thomas. I'm going to tell you what messed up his contract. This is what messed up Isaiah Thomas' contract. The Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics messed up his contract.
Continue.
Isaiah hurt himself mid-season and played all the way through the postseason. Why? Because he was the leader of that team. At the time, he was the best player on the team. And so they needed to ride him. If they would have sat him when he got hurt originally, if they would have done an MRI at that time, they could have diagnosed it and said, hey, man, for the sake of your career, you need to sit it down. Because what ended up happening is he made it worse to where he literally pulled his hip right out of the socket. And when you got a player that likes to drive to the basket and gets banged around like that, and he got a hip that ain't in place, I mean, Isaiah Thomas will never be the same again. So right. I feel like the Boston Celtics cost him that big money contract. And maybe he said, no, I want to play through it. And they said, okay, because you were the best option that we got. But they should have sat him down.
Corey?
That's new information. I didn't even realize that. That has a big effect, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Isaiah's fault. It's Isaiah, maybe his agent. I'm gonna just go ahead and place the blame for Isaiah for the future Chillins reference. You know what I'm saying? Man, you got to protect yourself. You know, the NBA, man, they want to win championships now, man. They want to win championships now, so they not too worried. They hurry up and get them back in here. Even football's the same thing, man. Guy have his head hanging halfway off his neck, man. But as long as he competes, they like, hey, he'll be ready. They're talking about it. He may be ready Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And fast as they can. So Isaiah should have protected himself, man, so he could carry that on to another squad. But I didn't even know that. So yeah, that is interesting. But these guys are greedy. These organizations are greedy, man.
That is very true.
Yeah, that he needed that. They need to hit him with that Kendrick Lamar, man. Be humble and sit down, because he do got a foul attitude. You know what I'm saying? And that is part of that Napoleon complex. You know what I'm saying? Where he feel like he busted his butt. You know what I'm saying? And now he deserves to be paid like the upper tier athlete in the NBA. But the truth of the matter is he's just too small. He was never gonna get a big contract. He was never gonna get one of them $200 million contracts.
Yeah,
I would have seen him maybe get 150 or something like that, but 200, he wasn't getting that anyway.
Yeah, and this is another thing that they were talking about on the podcast. It was the whole thing, like his attitude. I kind of said reminded him of Rajon Rondo, because Rondo had that messed up attitude as well.
Yeah, but Rondo couldn't even shoot a free throw.
You see, they got into that little altercation earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Thomas got traded to the Lakers, man. So that is true. Yeah, he gets into it. He got into it with Randall on the bench. So yeah, it's same thing.
Yep. Yeah, but like what they were saying on the on Flagrant 2 was that what did he say? He said that Isaiah Thomas will most likely make $30 million for 3 years, so $10 million for a 3-year contract. I can see that, like the way his attitude is and the way teammates look at him and aren't really like, oh yeah, we really mess with you, like all the time. I can definitely see him getting that $3 million. Or that 30 million for 3 years, so 10 million each year. And then some one of my coworkers said that he could see the Boston Celtics taking him back for that 10 million a year.
I give you a team for Isaiah Thomas.
Please do.
Denver Nuggets.
I wouldn't put that on my nigga. I wouldn't put that on my other team. But yeah, okay. Explain why.
Well, because, if you think about it, outside of Will Barton, you know what I'm saying, they don't have a go-to scorer, So, again, he's a secondary option. He will always be a secondary option for any team.
Right.
Because his only chance to get money is to go to a scrubby team. That's like he could go to, like, Memphis, but Memphis got Mike Conley, and, Memphis loved him some Mike Conley, so he's going to have to go to a scrubby team if he's trying to get his money. But if he wants to go to a team that he can take from, average and put him in contention, it's got to be a team like a Denver or maybe Utah. Maybe Utah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Maybe you go to the Utah Jazz, you know what I'm saying, and kind of be the man down there that's, since Hayward is in Boston now. But I don't see him getting $10 million is the cut.
That's why I made that face. I'm like,
I think what he's gonna have to do is he's gonna have to go to another team and play under a 1-year deal and play it off. You know what I'm saying? And then I think he can turn 1 year into a contract where he can get, you know what I'm saying, maybe a 2 or 3 year deal. I don't think most teams are gonna want to give him any more than 3 years. A 3-year max is what any team would give him right now.
All right. Okay. Anybody got anything else?
1B.
What's up?
1B. IT 1B. Not 1A. 1B.
I give him 1B. I give him like he's coming off the bench.
You can't put one in it. He just IT, man. Hey, like his initial say, hey, that's it. Hey, it's up.
Oh man. All right. So let's move on to this next topic. Staying in the NBA, a former NBA player, Big Baby Glenn Davis, was caught with 168 grams of marijuana. And you guys know what he said, right?
What he said?
False news. It's what Donald Trump say?
Fake news.
It's fake news. They don't want to see it. They just want to see a black man prosper. Yeah. What is y'all thoughts on that? Because he got caught up and shit.
I seen a video of that he posted on and about him and his private jet. Mm-hmm. And they was talking real bad about him because he had all his money wadded up with him, but it was all like it was a few tens in there, but most of them was like ones and fives. It was supposed to be. Then they was talking about he was in a private jet and he was like all squished stuff in there, like his head was turned to the sideways. So anyway, they was just talking bad about him. And then he was eating Popeye's chicken on a private jet.
Damn, stereotypes. Just reinforces the stereotype. God damn it! Like people don't always eat chicken and drink Kool-Aid.
It was good chicken though.
Corey, Corey, you got something?
Let's get my Wi-Fi together. Well, yeah, Big Baby. I didn't get to see the details. I did see the arrest, and I saw him refuting it, but I didn't get the details. Man, maybe he needed, man. Big Baby, he got some issues, man. Remember when KG had him whining, crying like a 5-year-old on? hey, he hit one of these, though. You know what I'm saying? He hit one of them. He may have needed it, man. I don't know all the details, but yeah, Big Baby, man, he's always been kind of out of there. Who was that? He was having some issues with an NBA player, man, for Boston. I forgot who it was.
Ray Allen?
I think it was Ray Allen. I think it may have been Ray Allen.
Yeah.
And they had having issues, and they were on Instagram talking crazy. Yeah, Big Baby, man. I don't know, man. He's always been kind of, man.
Lauren, what you got?
Man, look, that boy doing too much. Why the hell do you need your own private plane? And if you think that as a black man that they ain't watching your plane fly every time you take off, you was a doggone fool. You got drugs and you trying to do it via plane? Really? Come on, man.
He was watching Narcos, bro.
You not no big.
El Chapo on.
Oh man, shoot, he should have let El Chapo take that stuff over. Nah, man, he's a fool, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got caught. You know what I'm saying? He can say whatever he want to say, but I think most people that know Big Baby is like, this fool and got caught up in something else stupid, and he got caught. And I'm sure one of his homies was like, "Hey, boy, I know you got that plane, man. Shoot, I'll give you gas money, man. I put 5 on the plane tank." Come on, man. Get out of here, man. He sucks. He sucks. That's why he ain't in the league no more.
I mean, he's always been, he ain't been that good forever.
He gonna go to that, what's that basketball league?
Big 3?
Yeah. He gonna be 1, 2, and 3.
All right. And what Corey was talking about, I wanted to touch on that too. That whole Ray Allen thing is still going on between all of the old Boston Celtics members, all of the starting 5 Boston Celtics members is still going on. Mm-hmm. What is y'all thoughts on that?
Ray Allen not about his business. I mean, straight up. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Ray Allen was like, you know what? The window is closed in Boston. Mm-hmm. Let me go see where I can win a title. I'm in the twilight of my career. So it wasn't about nothing but winning titles. So he decided to take his talents to South Beach, you know what I'm saying, where all the superstars was playing. And you know, he felt like he had the best opportunity to win a title. So I mean, Boston can be mad, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it you can kind of really look at that the same way you look at the Kyrie trade. I knew that the clock was ticking, and I wanted to get out before they forced me out or before they put me out. I go on my own accord.
All right. Jameer Corey?
Hey, no, Jesus.
That one is tough because he went to the enemy team, but at the same time though, Rondo didn't want him there, and I heard that he wasn't getting no playing time. So it was like, I don't know. I mean, then just him going to they had the rivalry. I don't know if I could do that, but at the same time, you think about, man, nobody on this team really want me here. So it's like, what I'm supposed to do? So,
yeah. Corey, what you got for us?
Everything they said, man. Ray was about his business. KG and Paul got both parties got a right to feel the way they do. Ray was about his business, and KG and Paul wanted to go down. You know what I'm saying? Go down swinging. You know what I'm saying? But Ray was like, man, I can't get it with these two other old niggas, man.
You want a damn ring, boy?
Yeah. I got to keep it pushing, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all over the hill in NBA time, you know what I'm saying? In NBA years, man. So it's time to keep pushing. They wasn't going to get past LeBron, and we all knew that stuff.
Okay. Let me give you my take on this. I believe everything that you guys said is absolutely correct. But I'm just going to say this, what I'm about to say is all alleged. You know what I'm saying? I heard this from somebody who has a podcast and who has a source in the NBA. So take this with the lightest of feathers, because it could be bullshit, but just know this is alleged. That Boston Celtics team had the chance to trade away Rondo for Chris Paul.
Ooh.
But the trade could not go through because of Doc Rivers did not want Chris Paul on his team at that time.
Wow.
And I know that's a fire take. That's a fire take. I heard that and I said, what? That could have been another ring. What do you mean? Chris Paul could have had his first ring.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
He didn't want to give up Rajon Rondo for Chris Paul.
Yeah, that's weird.
Now, everybody listening, that is alleged. I heard that off of a podcast from somebody who has ties in the NBA.
I mean, hey, look, with all the drama that goes on in the NBA, I wouldn't be surprised. But Rajon Rondo?
Yeah, that same thing I said.
He can't shoot free throws.
He could barely shoot a three, especially back then.
Wow. I mean, it is like I said, man. But it also could have been a money thing, because I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't have been a straight up and down trade either. Like, they would have had to give up more assets than just Rajon Rondo to get Chris Paul. So I'm pretty sure that there's probably more that they probably more players that they stood to lose than just Rajon Rondo. So I could see them just saying, you know, maybe Chris Paul is not worth these three players, you know.
I mean, all I'm saying is, Ray, you know what I'm saying, when it happened, I was hurt, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, Rondo is a sassy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He has his moments, but he's a great defender. Great defender. Always loved him for his defense. Offense, I hated him. Defense, I loved him for it. I loved him for it. But when Ray Allen left, I was like, you know what? Chase that ring. Hey, because you ain't getting another one in Boston. And if it wasn't for you, this is my only saving grace in this whole thing. If it wasn't for Ray Allen, LeBron would not have won that one ring.
Bingo.
He would have not won that ring. That's my only saving grace.
I gotta thumbs up. I have to agree with that one. I have to agree with that one.
Now we're gonna stay with the NBA real quick. What are you guys thinking about Toronto? Honestly,
I think what was it? Was it last night that they played Cleveland?
Yeah.
There's your answer. There's your answer. They're not gonna be Cleveland in the 7-game series.
Whew. That was good.
It's just not gonna happen. I mean, I think that you're gonna see. So as long as Kevin Love can stay healthy, I think that he adds that element that Cleveland was missing while he was out, because he gives them they're able to spread the floor more with Kevin Love. Kevin Love doesn't give you defense, but he gives you defensive rebounding.
Yeah.
So when you take those two components right there and you add that to a team that already has LeBron James, I think people are underestimating Jordan Clarkson. And I don't even think that Jordan Clarkson is this superstar, but I think as a 6-man and a guy that can create his own shot, that's going to pay dividends in the playoffs. If Rodney Hood can come back healthy, because here's the thing, like Cleveland has no time to gel. It's not gonna happen, but they're gonna start getting bodies back, So you put a rotation of Kevin Love, Larry Nance Jr., Tristan Thompson. Just let them rotate, and then you got what's his name? The I don't even know his name. Nah, Zeke or something like that.
Aziz, I know who you're talking about. I can't say his name for the world.
He's giving them solid minutes, so you have a decent rotation in the front court to at least give you some level. Even if you don't get rim protection, you get the defensive rebounding. And so then what it really boils down to is, what's the psyche of your wing players? Because I mean, George Hill is playing like shit right now. He's playing terrible. But George Hill can play defense. And so I think when you get into the playoffs, when they let you play a little bit more, you just got to say, hey, man, if you hit a couple threes here and there, cool. But really what we want you to do is we want you to D up their point guard. Don't let them get into the flow of the offense. Because LeBron had – think about this. LeBron had 35 points, 17 assists, 0 turnovers. Not a single turnover in that game that they played Toronto. Now, he won't do that every single game. But in a 7-game series, I mean, I was watching that game. DeMar DeRozan was crying because he wasn't getting foul calls. Every superstar in the NBA says that the league misses fouls. So you just going to have to deal with it. Kyle Lowry all of a sudden decided to disappear. So now you're depending on role players to beat LeBron James. Good night. Good night. Right. Cleveland in 6.
That's a hot take right there. I like it. Next up. Who's next? Corey, you want to go?
Toronto is 6. We're gonna be seeing some Drizzy, man. Drizzy and Golden State this year, man. It's over, man. They always get a little boost. It's the same way. Every time they come out the gates, man, they get energized. I give it about a week and a half. We're gonna be hearing fingers pointed at Kevin Love again. He's gonna be the scapegoat. We're gonna get a lot of fingers pointed. I don't think they're gonna overcome losing Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, that was such a big piece that they lost last year. Him and LeBron had mixed with what Kevin Love, with everything Lauren just explained. Kevin Love is a huge piece, but to get them over the edge, I think Toronto, man, not this year. They gave up 79, almost 80 points in the first half. That defense is still atrocious. Toronto just screwed around and did what they've been doing for the past few years. But I believe this year they have just slightly more enough to actually put them over the edge, while Cleveland's just lost too much. Kyrie, that's just too much of a loss. Put some I don't know, when they go on those droughts, who are you gonna go to? Who are you gonna go to? Because Clarkson is way too inconsistent.
J.R. Smith is inconsistent.
J.R. Spliff is completely J.R. Spliff. he needs to be in the D League. Over in China. George Hill, Rodney Hood. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't see it. I just don't see it. They lost so much to Kyrie, man. Kyrie changes the game, man. The way he lets the offense flow, he can get moving off of LeBron. LeBron's able to control the offense. Kyrie stays constantly moving, and then the way he just creates shots, it just opens up the whole offense for them. And they lost a big piece right there.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So last year in the NBA Finals, when LeBron was on the bench and Kyrie Irving was running the team, Cleveland's plus minus was minus 97.
Yeah.
97. So I don't know. I think the playoffs is when you see Kyrie's impact actually go down. Everybody wants to remember Kyrie because Kyrie hit that dagger 3 on Steph Curry, who plays no defense. No defense. So he just got handled in that moment. But minus 97 when LeBron was on the bench in the finals. So, because if you think about it, game 2, Cleveland was up by 12 points. LeBron goes to take his fourth quarter break, comes back, and they're down by 5 points. Game 3, same thing happened. Cleveland's up. LeBron takes his fourth quarter break, so Kyrie's running the team. They lose the whole league. So I'm not saying Kyrie is not a dynamic player. I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination. Because Kyrie is Uncle Drew is killing him. My man got handles out of this world. He has a decent shot. So Kyrie is a good player, but Kyrie is not a great leader. That's where the separation comes in. And so when you talk about what they lose, I think that, the Isaiah Thomas thing, if he was healthy, not quite an even trade, but maybe close to an even trade. But I think that the pieces they have fit LeBron, and that's the key. That's the key right there. Do the pieces around LeBron James fit him? That's why D-Wade had to go, because D-Wade didn't fit around LeBron no more. That's why all the players they traded, they got him out of there. Why? Because they didn't fit around LeBron. And I get it. LeBron's a ball stopper. LeBron is a coach killer. But till further notice, LeBron James is the best player in the NBA. No question. No question. You can talk about Kevin Durant. You can talk about Kawhi Leonard when he's healthy. You can talk about Steph Curry. You could talk about James Harden. None of them beat LeBron. They're not better than LeBron. I ain't gonna say they can't beat them because basketball is a team sport.
Right.
But one-on-one, there's nobody better in the league than LeBron James. And the dude is you got to give him props. The dude is phenomenal. 15 years in the league doing what he's doing. Now, he did come straight out of high school. But 15 years in the league, unless he end up like Kobe, where he get an Achilles injury and that kind of starts to just derail his career, the dude is looking like for the next 2-3 years, he may not be top dog. I could see a couple players maybe taking that number 1 spot. But LeBron James is going to be a top 5 player in the league for the next 3 years. No question. No question.
Let me ask this real quick. See, LeBron is one of the oddest players in NBA history because he has all of the stats that back up, any argument for him, in contention being the best player ever.
Mm-hmm.
In my eyes, he is the best player today. But he has this weird thing. If we're down 5 with 2 minutes left in the game, do you trust LeBron to get you that championship?
Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna answer that question because that's a great question. That is a great question.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, because here's the thing, LeBron knows that he doesn't have a sidekick. He knows that. So now he's doing the damn thing. He's doing the damn thing right now. LeBron ain't afraid to take the shot. And I think that was the issue. LeBron was afraid to fail. LeBron like, I'm all in now.
Where's this LBJ at? I ain't seen him.
Just go back to the Minnesota game. Go back to the Minnesota game for me.
That's this year? Or
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take a look at it. I ain't seen this LeBron, but if
they let him get away with bowling over everybody for the last 2 minutes, then yeah, I think he can. I can think he can do
I mean, James Harden takes 7 steps every time he go to the rim.
That is very true. That is Euro steps, true roll steps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he be going crazy. All right, Jameer, what was your thoughts?
No, I forgot what the question was again. What's the question?
We talking about is Toronto gonna take it out? Is Toronto the best team in the East that's gonna go to finals?
I think it depends on how the seats play out. Because I'm thinking about, like, we got Toronto, they got the number 1 seed already. Cleveland can get the number 3 or the 4. If they Cleveland get number 3, then it's going to be an easy road because Boston they injured, and who's true? All the teams below the 5 is weak, but then the 4th seed. Then that's going to be, even though I don't want them, the Toronto, then they had to play the 4th seed, which is going to be Philly, and they coming on strong. So I think Philly can I don't think they can beat them, but they roughed them up enough. By the time they get to Cleveland will be coasting.
What about Milwaukee?
Milwaukee, no, they going down. They're the 8th seed. I think Toronto is going to handle them easily. And what's name got a sprained ankle?
Yeah, he just got a sprained ankle last night, which cost me my 6-game win streak. Pissed me off. I just lost $20.
Who got hurt?
Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That boy cold though.
Yeah.
That boy cold.
I just want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I am the light-skinned Nostradamus. And it's looking like my picks are going to come out like I called earlier this year, except for they're going to come out in kind of the same order, but I have Boston, Toronto, and Cavs. Yeah, I'm saying the first 2 just switched, but hey, I just want to say I think I called it almost.
The Warriors coming out the West.
Yeah, because I don't trust the Rockets. I don't think their offensive potential can keep up with Golden State's offensive potential. Honestly,
here's where I think that the Warriors have an issue. I think it's health. I think health is an issue because you got to think of the type of player that Kevin Durant is. Even when Kevin Durant comes back, playing with fractured ribs in any sport is hard.
Yeah.
You got to go up, you got to shoot, you got to breathe, and you know it's going to be players that's going to be jabbing him right in that spot. Right in that spot. Steph Curry with the ankle, it's only going to take one time, you know what I'm saying, before they're going to be like, you got to sit it down. Your boy Klay Thompson got a broken thumb.
Yeah.
Draymond Green just hurt himself. You know what I'm saying? His back messed up. So I think Yeah, I think health may become an issue for the Warriors going down a stretch to where, you have a couple teams because the West is stacked.
Oh yeah,
The West is stacked. I mean, you got the 9 and the 10 seed that, have a game or a game and a half back of the 6 seed. So the West is so stacked, and health always plays a big factor. I mean, when you talk about the first time Cleveland played Golden State, Kyrie went down, Kevin Love wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Does that change that series? Does that change the scope of of the NBA if Cleveland wins? Maybe one of those Warriors is like, ooh, I got to make a move.
I like where you're going here. That is a fire take, and I like it.
So I don't know. I don't. It's not Houston. It's D'Antoni. It's not Houston. It's D'Antoni. Like, I trust James Harden because I think James Harden got a rude awakening last year when he thought he was the man, and then he came to the playoffs and he got handled.
Yeah.
But you put, a little pit bull Chris Paul out there with him. Running that pick and roll. I don't know who the hell Clint Capella think he is, but he's actually balling out. You got Eric Gordon. Yeah, nah, his arms are longer. You got Eric Gordon. I mean, they got a squad. It's gonna. I could easily see both those teams ending up in the Western Conference Finals and that series going 7. And if it goes 7 as it stands, they're in Houston. They're not at the Oracle Arena.
That is very true. That is very true. Okay, let's speak about. You said OKC. I'm only going if I'm giving OKC one more year if Paul George comes back and
he's gone.
If Paul George comes back and they either trade or they actually do something else, or Carmelo Anthony actually fits into that role where he's a role player. If that happens, I give them goddamn people. I give them the best chance to knock off the Rockets and Golden State. What? With Russell Westbrook getting these triple doubles, Paul George can get a double double. What is this? What is their center's name?
Paul George is gone.
You saying Paul George is gone?
And I do not think it's a good move for him to go to LA, but I think he's gone.
Really?
Yeah, I think that him playing with Russell Westbrook has actually made him look like a less valuable player than I think he actually really is.
That's spicy. Okay.
What about Carmelo Anthony?
Carmelo needs to retire or become a 6-man.
If he becomes a 6-man, he'll be one of the deadliest 6-men.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, he could be almost better than Jamal Crawford. And Jamal Crawford, a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Off the bench.
Yeah. 8 thumbs down, man. Move your finger. I can't see your pretty face.
Or is he froze? I don't know.
Yeah, he might.
He might be froze.
Know. Corey, you froze?
Corey.
He must have got a bad Wi-Fi signal.
Oh, dang. All right. Well, let's talk about what happened with – oh, no. Not with, but Pop. Do you guys think Greg Popovich is trying to lure LeBron James to the Spurs? Because only reason why I say that is because we don't know if Kawhi Leonard and Pop are feuding right now. Because he barely talks about Kawhi, and he says when Kawhi is ready, he'll be here or he'll be back. But he's been praising LeBron James through interviews. So you guys think he's trying to lure LeBron to the Spurs?
I don't know. I know, like they said, it was 4 teams on the list, and I don't think the Spurs was even one of them. So maybe he is. Maybe he is trying to, Because if the Leonard gone, who they gonna have? They gotta try to get somebody.
Right. I mean, they'll have LaMarcus Aldridge, and I think I heard that they just signed Paul. What is his name? What is the center's name that he played in Chicago and played for LA? Paul Gasol.
Yeah.
They just signed him to a 3-year deal?
Yeah.
Which was stupid, I think. But not my team, it's not my money. I'll do what y'all do. Now, if y'all want to sponsor me, I'm here. Just hit me up at Randy_Race. But yeah, I don't know. Norman, what's your thoughts?
I don't see Greg Popovich being a recruiter. I just don't see it. I think that that's the one thing that's made him successful is he's stayed in his lane. You know what I'm saying? I'm a coach. You know, I'm gonna do what I do. That would be a coach. I can't really speak for the Spurs, but that would be a coach that I think LeBron James should desire to play for.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to say though that it may be too late. Like, you know, if he had LeBron in year 10, maybe. But I don't know LeBron's on the downhill side of his career.
True.
So I don't know that Popovich can do anything to quote unquote elevate his game at this point anymore. So I mean, I would love to fit. I would love to see, them work together, you know what I'm saying, on the team. But I think LeBron is set. I think LeBron is set. Yeah, I don't see it. All
right, Corey, I think you're back. That's all.
All right. Is Greg Popovich trying to recruit? Is he trying to recruit LeBron James? With Doc Rivers? Hell no. Nah. Yeah.
LeBron. Yeah. Okay. Well, where do you if let's this is hypothetical here. If Kawhi Leonard was to leave the Spurs, what team do you think he would fit good in? Everybody, give me your top two answers. Top two.
Probably it had to be somebody with some money. Like I think Miami would be good in LA. Even though I don't like the Lakers.
All right.
Well, no, they already got two. I guess they already got somebody. Let's see. Yeah, they already got Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram, so they probably won't really need them. They're trying to develop their own talent.
All right, Corey, your teams. All right, Houston. All right. Kawhi. All right, Lauren, your two teams.
You know, it's so weird because of the type of individual that Kawhi is. I don't see Kawhi thriving in a big market. I just don't. I just think the type of person that he is, I think a market like San Antonio is the best for him. A team that comes to mind, and I know I keep saying this team, and I don't know why. I think that they may be on the cusp of something, is Milwaukee.
Really?
It's a small market team. Match him up with Antetokounmpo. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm Bridges. I think they would make a formidable squad with those three. You know what I'm saying? They gives you length. They gives you scoring. Gives you defense. It has to be a small market team. I just don't see him big market. I think going to Miami, that could potentially work. But I don't know that he would be Miami's missing piece, and I don't know that he necessarily has the leadership to deal with, Hassan Whiteside. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, he's one of those anomalies in the NBA that's like, you just need to sit down and, you know what I'm saying, do what you do where you at.
Okay. Well, my teams, I think, are this is a small market team, but my number one. This is my number one team. I think if he was a go-to, they're already pretty damn good. But the Portland Trailblazers with Damian Lillard and McCall, put Kawhi in there. I don't know. Somebody might be running.
Aren't they the 3 seed right now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then I could also see, I would say Chicago because I love Chicago, but we're tanking right now, and I don't need Kawhi in here. I need us to tank for the next 2 years to get a couple more picks. Like Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and Larry Markkinen doing great. Yeah, all my squad is doing great. I'm happy for you guys. Just keep losing. We ain't got that many more games this season, and we could get a top 3 pick. That's about it. But the second team I could see him really going to would be I could see him going to the Utah Jazz. I could definitely see him going to the Utah Jazz. Small market. They got a big man. Their rookie is pretty good, and they're still rebuilding. But those are my two teams.
And I didn't think about Utah.
Hey, it could be a great team. Both of them teams. But let's move over to the hot topics right now. Did you guys see that OJ thing, man? All right, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can. See if I can go look at my stuff real quick. We'll watch later. But all right. Let me explain myself. I'm 28 years old. When this all happened, when this all happened, all I heard about in the barbershops was, we know OJ did it. We know he did it. But, you know what I'm saying? He's a black man. He's about to get off. Murder 2 white folk. It's cool. We win. We get a W. We don't believe you. Even though we know you did it, motherfucker. You're not slick. But we just taking one. It was like literally a finger to the man. But this is something he said.
Simpson killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. The criminal jury said no. But for the first time, an interview O.J. Simpson did on the crime is going public. But does he really confess to the crimes?
I'm going to tell you a story you've never heard before. It's the shocking lost interview. O.J. Simpson talking about the savage slings that Nicole Brown would have killed his ex-wife and her friend if he was responsible.
If he was responsible.
Down. I can't remember this. The interview was supposed to air in 2006 to promote the controversial book, If I Did It. He's a murdering, sociopathic.
All right, so right now they're not showing it all the way. But yeah, that pretty much happened. He was like, allegedly, this is all alleged. If I did this, which he was laughing in the interview. What sane person do you know says allegedly and then laughs in front of this lady about him doing it, him knowing he did it? And then I don't know if you guys heard, but he said, "Oh yeah, I guess when it all happened, his friend or he had a friend, Charlie, was the one that did it all, and like he woke, like he blacked out or whatever, and then Charlie killed everybody." So I'm like, yo, if this dude ain't got CTE and ain't got all kind of other bullshit from getting hit, I don't know what's going on with the world. So what is your guys' thoughts? Well, I try to actually find this minute-long clip real quick. What is you guys' thoughts?
After O.J. Simpson spoke on camera about the murders of his
ex-wife. What's you guys' thoughts?
Orange juice, orange juice, orange juice. Look, man. Here's been my theory since the whole thing happened. Since the whole thing happened, I feel like there's a love triangle the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Nicole was trying to have her cake and eat it too. I think they all was in the same room and some bad stuff went down. I don't think that it was. I think OJ killed one of them. I don't think he killed both of them. I do think he killed Ronald Goldman. I don't know that he killed Nicole.
Okay.
I mean, OJ is smart. OJ has money. OJ has influence. True. In America, that's everything that you need to be a free man.
Yes.
So we'll never know if he did it, you know. I mean, he made a lot of people famous from this case, you know. So I think at the end of the day, you know, I mean, the interview, who knows if the interview is real? You know what I'm saying? Who knew if he wasn't intending to do the interview just to play with the minds of America? Because that's what OJ seems to enjoy doing.
That crazy boy.
You know what I'm saying? So, nah, I mean, it's so old that, I mean, we can keep, that's how he's just keeping his name in the news. You know what I'm saying? By continuing to bring this up years and years later, you know, and the media loves it. The media eats it up. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's drama, you know, and, you know, the media thrives off of drama. So anytime they can bring up some old stuff or find some new stuff, they're going to do it, man. And OJ's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll play right along because it's going to keep my name in the news. And for somebody like OJ, you know, if his name in the news, then that means, you know, somewhere somebody put money in his pocket too.
Right. Corey?
I mean, who goes to jail for 10 years and come out with millions of dollars? Who?
OJ. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sociopath, man.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get me a pair of leather gloves tomorrow.
And not to be childish, but as soon as you said blow the whistle, I thought about Too Short. But go ahead, Drew.
I think he do got like the CTE or something. I don't know.
He got to, man.
Yeah, I mean, even when he was in jail, he had got in trouble because he was taking cookies, trying to smuggle a lot of cookies into his room, but they found him in there. So yeah, he got some problems.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was gonna get to that. Well, what I gotta say real quick before we get to that is, yo, he is a master manipulator. I will give him that. He can manipulate his way through a lot. It is crazy. It is fucking crazy. If I could do that, we might as well just call that a goddamn superpower. You can manipulate somebody like that. That's wild. But yeah, speak on him calling out Colin Kaepernick for what do you say, disrespecting the flag or something like that?
OJ probably doesn't even know the Pledge of Allegiance. He probably couldn't recite it his damn self.
Right.
Here's where OJ's going next. I just want y'all to know, man. OJ getting ready to get a job for Donald Trump.
He would fit perfect.
I'm just saying.
OJ in the White House. Ooh, that should be the name. That should be the name of this episode. OJ in the White House.
They got plenty of openings.
Right, because that door revolves quick. You get 2 smooth weeks and your ass is gone.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they need him in the White House and take care of some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We can kill 2 birds with one stone. He tried to murder him, then he get busted. I don't know.
Celebrity Apprentice, man. Celebrity Apprentice.
Okay. All right, and one more thing. Well, another thing. Did you guys see the Aaron Hernandez interview thing? Yeah. My only thing was why? Why would you bring this up after the man's dead, bro? Like, that was my only thing. Like, yo, his family's already going through enough. And, like, I'm not even trying to be, like, all sympathetic for the dude because I know what he did. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, well, just why? Why? Yo.
Media. You got to love it.
His attorney told everybody that he was gay. Like, yo, his family didn't need to know he was a gang-banging, murdering gay man, football player. Ooh, now you think about that, the NFL could have used that. The first superstar gay football player, Michael Sam would have had a chance. Well, first, yeah. Yeah. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? Go ahead, Corey. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Lauren, what you got?
Man.
Because it was a joke right there, but I didn't want to make it.
Man, it's all sick, man. I mean, when you think about it, but I think, at the end of the day, I think you have to look at his environment. He never got out of his environment. You know what I'm saying? The same bangers, you know what I'm saying, that, he grew up with was ultimately the same group of people that he hung around because he was in New England, you know what I'm saying, which is where he was from. So he never was able to get away from that toxic environment. The whole Aaron Hernandez being gay, I mean, look, he's dead. What does that mean? Why does it matter at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like, that proves absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that maybe, he probably shouldn't have had a kid. Big whoopee. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. I mean, again, he was a football player. You know what I'm saying? He took some shots to the head too. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's such a multitude of things that you could try to point to, say this might have been a blame, this might have been a reason, this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, man, the dude's a knucklehead. He made some bad choices. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up having to pay the ultimate price for it. And I mean, I don't know if I could have done it, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that he did kill himself for his little girl, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that she was set up for life, there's something to say that's commendable about that.
Right,
you know? So I mean, it's all twisted, it's all messed up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I think anything that comes out in the press after somebody is passed on to another life, I think really all it is, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, media trying to get another story out, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I mean, what you gonna do, digging back up and tap him on the shoulder and be like, is this true?
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, and you can do about it, man. The dude was a head case. I think he was a head case from day one. He was just super talented. So his talent was able to get him through for a little bit. And then, you know what I'm saying, once everything caught up to him, he was through.
Yeah. I mean, my whole thing was that was pointless. That was literally a reach for ratings. And like my condolences to his family and stuff like that, just for him coming back. And like when he passed, like when he had when they took his brain or whatever and did all the little experiments, his head or his brain was full of that shit, full of CTE. Like they said, he had the brain of the brain has been damaged so much. It was a brain of a 70-year-old or something like that. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Hey, all I'm saying is, my condolences, but that was fucked up that what y'all did. But I guess good. What you gotta say, Corey? Yeah. Any? Yep. Yep. Right. That is true.
It was all Rob Gronkowski's fault, man. He was scared Aaron Hernandez was gonna take his spot.
Hello.
Aaron, you know, he put a hit out and was like, "Hey, man, this dude gonna take my spot, man. Go sprinkle some crack on them dead bodies and say it was him." he's got tattoos. They'll believe me.
Yo, and speaking of that, he was talking about retiring and starting a comedy thing. And I was like, wow, all right. Retire while you on top, even though you lost. All right, let's get it off your get to the segment. Get it off your chest real quick before we bounce out of here. Anybody got anything to get off their chest?
I do. My bracket is messed up, man. I thought this was gonna be a year I was gonna be able to do something with my bracket, and it's all fudged up. Can't believe it, man. Kansas State is beating Kentucky right now as we speak.
Wow.
Florida State is beating Gonzaga as we speak. 2 number 9 seeds could potentially be in the Elite 8.
Damn.
Plus, you got Loyola Chicago, who won tonight. So they're an 11 seed in the Elite 8.
Damn.
So, yeah, man, bracket is messed up, man. I want my money back.
I feel you. Corey, you got anything to get off your chest? Good, bad, or indifferent? I was gonna get to that in another episode, but we can get to that. We can get to that here and now, cause Gucci Mane clone, bro. That nigga cloned. I'm convinced that nigga cloned. This nigga did the splits. This nigga jumped in the air and did the splits. I said, Yeah, man. I'll yeah. Oh, bro, you have no clue how much that took me out. I was like, yo, it's got to be true. Gucci Man was the hardest dude in the A. Nobody, they call that nigga the boogeyman. All right, nobody mess with the boogeyman. What do you mean? He would step up to you at any moment. Now he doing jump in the air splits. I said, yo, y'all right. Y'all right, bro. He was cloned. I was saying he wasn't cloned for the longest. Now, I'm glad that Rick Ross is doing good and he's better now. But I swear to God, if I see Rick Ross doing some splits or some other crazy shit, I'm like, yeah, they got him too. They cloned him too. I'm like, I understand he did his weight loss and everything. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's great. But if I see my nigga Rick Ross, the biggest boss, start doing some splits, I'm gonna be like, bro, stop. I quit. Like, rap is not for me anymore. I quit. I throw in the towel. Wow. Yeah, I have no clue. And the only thing I gotta get off my chest is I blame myself, but I forgot my Steam account. I forgot my password for my Steam account. So now I can't get into my Steam account. And that sucks. Because if you're creative and you're looking for another platform to put your stuff on, go to DTube. DTube is right now, it's not in the beta stages. The beta stages I'm pretty sure is over with. But it's another way to get your stuff on another platform and to build your stuff up on another platform besides YouTube. It is pretty much another. Well, it pretty much could take or rival YouTube, I believe, in the next few years. But I lost my Steam account, and I have to somehow find it because hopefully I can get it back. I'm screwed right now. I got this MacBook, and I'm like, damn. All right, man. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on through, and thank everybody for viewing. If you haven't viewed, the stream will be up on my Facebook page, The Average Guy Podcast, the YouTube page, Average Guy Studios, and I want to thank both my co-hosts, Corey and Lauren Jones. And I know everybody got to get to sleep, but just want to say thank you guys and follow me on any of my platforms, Randy_Ace, Instagram, and Randy_Ace on Snapchat as well. Twitter is Randy_Ace, capital RANDY _ capital ACE. So with all that being known, hopefully I'm gonna try to finesse a couple things for you guys for this Saturday. I'm gonna try to get this Black Panther thing done. I got confirmation from 2 people. And I just got to hit up everybody else. So hopefully we can get this Black Panther thing done Saturday for Geeks and Critiques. Oh yeah. I'm definitely hit you up because I need more than just the average people in my group of people that I talk to. I need all groups of people. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has a different view of things, and that's what I like. So with that all being said, this is the Average Guy Podcast on the Average Guy Studios with your host, Randy Anderson, and both of my co-hosts, Lauren and Corey, and we out. Peace.